Why did Russ turn down $50 million for his catalogue? I'd imagine you know who this music titan is, but just in case. Russ is an Atlanta rapper and producer. He burst onto the scene in 2016 with his breakout single, What They Want, which now has over 390 million views on YouTube and over 500 million streams on Spotify. His smooth melodic singing, combined with his intuitive and braggadocious rap style, has made him stand out in a time that was dominated by SoundCloud rappers. His style was a breath of fresh air in an era where hip-hop was diluted. But it wasn't just his musical abilities that made Russ stand out. It was his brash personality and understanding of the music business. Russ has faced countless obstacles on this journey to the top and witnessed firsthand the intricacies of the music industry. He realized that the majority of it is a facade, from the numbers and analytics to the people involved.
I could tell that you're rubbed the wrong way by that, but
it was all good, but we had the whole conversation. Why drop that at the end now?
Because I just now remember it.
His understanding of the music industry has built him the reputation of being a one-man army. Not only does he make his own beats, mix and master the tracks, but also markets his records and understands how to build leverage. With this wealth of knowledge, Russ signed a record deal with Columbia in 2017, but this deal was far from the norm. Prior to this deal, Russ had released over 300 songs. Normally, when an artist signs to a label, they sign away their back catalogue, which often doesn't really make sense, as it's something they've built themselves that would continue generating wealth. Due to the leverage Russ had built, he managed to negotiate a 50-50 split with Columbia, spread over the course of 3 albums. There's Really a Wolf, Zoo, and Shake the Globe. This deal was almost unheard of as he retained ownership of his masters. Russ became fully independent again in 2020, and in that time released more than 100 songs. Let's break down why someone would want to pay $50 million for his catalogue and why he declined it.
That's a fact.
Russ can easily be considered one of the most multifaceted artists ever. He seemingly makes music with his eyes closed. The process for him is as easy as breathing. It just comes naturally to him. Part of the reason he's able to create this sheer volume of music involves his infamous basement studio. He comes up with a beat, writes lyrics, lays down the vocals, mixes, masters, and boom, it's finished. He takes care of everything from the artwork to the uploads on TuneCore, and within a few days, it's out in the world. Russ has worked incredibly hard and built his empire with an incredibly supportive fanbase. He has over 13 million monthly listeners on Spotify. In the streaming era, Russ dominated. In 2020, he shared his TuneCore weekly earnings, which averaged out at about $100,000 a week, and in 2021, he revealed earning over $10 million from his catalogue. Because music is art, the business aspect can often be pushed to the side, but Russ has never let that happen. He runs his career like a well-oiled machine. He delivers a consistent, reliable product that maintains a certain level of quality and value every time. His fans are loyal and passionate, continuing to spread the word about his brand and product. It's easy to see why someone would want to buy some of Russ's catalogue when it's a proven model and consistently earns high profits. If you follow Russ's career, you'll notice that sometimes it takes a couple of months or even years for a song to start gaining traction. For example, Breathe now has over 150 million streams and is Russ's #1 song on Spotify, earning him around $600,000 on Spotify alone, if we average out to $4,000 per million streams. However, this stat can often fluctuate. Breathe went unnoticed for about a year before it started to erupt on TikTok. This is alongside his other hits such as What They Want and Losing Control, which sometimes garner millions of streams in just one day. It's easy to see the power of Russ's music and its lasting impact on the genre. Russ mentioned the $50 million offer in his song Too Much. From a value standpoint, we now understand why a company would want to purchase Russ's catalogue. So why didn't he accept such a ludicrous amount of money? Think about $50 million for all that hard work up front. That's enough money that he would never have to work again. Well, at the core of it all, Russ doesn't perceive his music as labour. He considers his songs a fragment of his soul offered to the world. A universal cascade of creativity and energy flows through him. Russ couldn't accept the $50 million offer because it would feel like selling a piece of his soul. Is it wrong to do so? Nah. Plenty of artists in the past have sold their catalogues. Future sold his publishing to the music rights company Influence Media Partners for a reported $75 million, covering over 600 songs released between 2004 and 2020. Logic also nearly sold a portion of his catalogue for an undisclosed 8-figure sum. And let's not forget the likes of Justin Bieber and Bruce Springsteen doing the same. So why is this happening? Well, one reason appears to be the taxation structure applied to royalties. Artists might retain a larger portion of their earnings by selling their catalogs as a single transaction. The IRS considers royalty payments as standard income, which could be taxed as high as 37%, according to existing tax regulations, depending on the amount of these royalties earned. Many significant artists feel like they could amass more money by cashing out now. This money could then be invested into other business opportunities. However, artists like Russ, who consistently release new products each month, can capitalize on their ongoing output. Although many artists might not prefer to receive it this way, music is similar to real estate. The more you have, the more you can earn. This probably won't be the last offer Russ receives, but it doesn't seem like he ever wants the big cash out. There's a certain element of love and pride in retaining what you've created and passing it down to your kids or grandkids, ensuring generational wealth and legacy.